Hi guys, it's Grace guys. So basically it's going to be my grandma doing two plaits in my hair. So what you'll need is this hairspray, a brush, a comb and obviously bubbles. So
£14 each?
Yeah.
Okay. You've obviously noticed this fish.
Yes.
In fact, it's a pint. And do you know what this is?
That will be the assay stamp.
So I'm testing your public knowledge, you see. This is the excise office stamp to prove that it was a pint. But the ER is for Edward VII.
Yes.
But if we what 71 is?
That will be the number of the local office.
You obviously is your public exam. So the next question is, where is the local office for 71?
No, I don't know that.
Well, it's not in Goring, it's in Newcastle upon Tyne, where I'm from. So it's the Geordie Moke. This is by C.T. Merling and Sons, who are the biggest pottery in Newcastle, one of the biggest potteries in the world. I mean, you imagine you go to the pub now and you give them one of these, you just wouldn't. And I can imagine the 12 behind the barman would probably know the names of everybody who drank from each one. But the American collectors particularly love these. And I would imagine if this ever came for sale, it would end up in an American collection. So you paid £14 a piece. You've got 10 of them. They're worth, well, you can put a zero on the end of that. So they're worth £100 to £150 a piece.
see, I tied that one up.
Okay, that's £1,500, isn't it? So we should be celebrating with a beer, shouldn't we, really?
Well, when you unpack this today, I have to say my eyes just about popped out my head when I saw it. It's much like the bulging eyes of this fish. Tell me what you know about it before I go into a bit more detail.
We don't really know a lot of history about it, other than originally it belonged to my grandparents.
Right.
My grandfather bought it, I'm not sure where. Then when he died, it passed on to my father, and now my sister and I have got it. We know it's got hallmarks on it, and it's 19th century.
Right.
But we're interested to know what it was used for. Vessel for what? Drinking?
Good point. It is a drinking vessel,
Oh, okay.
but it's for serving drink.
Ah.
So it's actually a claret jug.
Oh, really?
So you would fill it with red wine,
Ah.
and you can imagine red wine inside that glass body looking very, very good indeed. But you mentioned it's got marks on it.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at these right now. They're on the front.
Okay.
When I saw it, I was hoping these were the marks I was going to see. It's by a very important silversmith.
Oh, wow.
He's called Alexander Crichton,
Okay.
and he specialised in exotic claret jugs like this.
Okay.
And he did parakeets we've seen, all sorts of strange animals. This is a carp, as you probably know. The eyes are made with glass. The hallmarks we'll just have a quick look at here. There it is, Alexander Crichton, London hallmark, 1882. So again, that's bang on what we'd expect.
Right.
He started in about the 1870s, so it ties in just nicely. The body is made of glass, probably by Thomas Webb, who made glass scent bottles and other things. But it's just such an exotic looking thing, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
What do you do with it then? If you didn't know it was a drinking thing, just an ornament? Or?
Well, my parents just had it sort of on a shelf, a display cabinet, you know, they used to have loads of parties, and we've got loads of photographs, and in the background is this fish,
The carp.
the carp.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
I would recommend that you try filling it with some claret when you get home, see what it looks like. I'm sure it'll look very good.
My husband loves a drop of red wine.
Oh, well, there we go. What could be better? We've got to come to pricing it. They only appear very rarely on the market,
Okay.
so we're talking a substantial amount of money. What did you think yourself?
We haven't really got any idea, have we?
No. Well, I can tell you that a parakeet example sold for about £8,000.
Oh, wow.
This is slightly better.
Oh.
So we're looking at a value of around about £10,000 to £15,000.
Oh.
It's got everything that you could possibly want.
Thank you.
It's time to present you with our Enigma, an item selected from a local museum, this time by art specialist Adam Scoop. and you're going to, as ever, give us 3 versions of what it could be, only one of which is correct. It's certainly not obvious looking at it, Adam, so give us your first definition.
Okay, well look, I better tell you, it's made of chrome-coated brass. It's a very sleek, futuristic item. And the first item it could be is a 1920s pilot's chamber pot. Now, I know you're taken aback by that, but...
Well, it's slightly disgusting, I'm thinking.
Well, wash your hands afterwards, but if we just flip the lid, if you were obviously on a long flight and
There's nothing in there, I can tell you.
No. You did your stuff, and of course, good tight finish.
And then someone just thought, well, I know, I'll have my chamber pot mounted.
Yeah, I know it appears trophy-like, so now that's got you slightly baffled.
It has, I'm wondering if it's actually watertight, but... Well, anyway, the line boggles. Okay, so a pilot's chamber pot.
Chamber pot. The second potential is as a 1920s prototype Bentley ashtray. If, for example, Fiona, you were going on a lovely tour to Monaco in your convertible Bentley, and you didn't want all the ash obviously blowing in your face in your fabulous convertible. This is just what you needed. Clipped to the dashboard, easily emptied, but obviously an anti-wind device.
Okay, let's have the last suggestion then.
Well, the last is very much relevant to where we are today. This is one of the first BBC sports championship trophies. Awarded, believe it or not, here at Reading Golf Club in 1919.
That's what my grandma did, and then we're going to do it other side.
Used to appear on the back of the pedestal base.
What do you think, folks? So, pilots not big enough for a wee. I'm going to take that. I forgot. What was the second one?
The second
Oh,
one
the
was
Bentley.
the Bentley prototype ashtray to stop the
Yeah.
wind.
The only thing I wonder is it doesn't show any sign of where it was attached. If it was attached, surely there'd be
It does,
somewhere.
you can see there's some denting and plenty of wear and tear. It's a piece that seems
Well, only
it's
there.
exactly.
Okay. Or a golf trophy. Folks, golf trophy? Why would it have a lid? It's not containing the ashes after all. The golf trophy, no, we don't care about the golf trophy. We're not buying that, Adam. So we are down to the pilot's caught short contraption or a Bentley ashtray. Okay.
Choice is yours.
The pilot's contraption? Yes. The Bentley? Yes. More people are going for the Bentley. Okay. That's what the majority are going with. I'm listening to the voice of the people. The Bentley ashtray.
Well, it is actually the pilot's chamber pot. And there was whispered by someone in the crowd of a tube that would have gone to the external part of the aircraft. And so, yeah, you just did your stuff, needs must. And we were lent this very kindly by the Museum of Berkshire Aviation. So you can go there and actually behold this rare object for yourself. But 1920s it is. I'm told it comes from a Pioneer aircraft, so we know where it's come from and obviously the job it did. So yeah, caught you out.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Sometimes the best things come in small packages. My goodness, is this a good thing? You showed it to me, I opened it up, and I saw Shakespeare, comedies and tragedies, in what is almost certainly a 17th century
No,
hand.
it's tight. It's meant to be
What can
tight.
you tell me about this?
My 5 times great grandfather was John Ludley of Caversham and lived at Caversham
Top
Hall.
it.
And he was an antiquarian and traveller, and he amassed a library of 2,500 volumes.
Right.
And I suspect that this probably came down through the family from him, but I don't know. It just appeared from with my mother's belongings, and she had a lot of books, and there it was, and I'd never seen it before.
Flicking through this is a 17th century hand. This is somebody making notes in the same century as Shakespeare.
anything really from the same century as him about him is of huge interest. And he's copying out quotes from various Shakespeare plays. This is incredible. I mean, there is so much scholarship going on at the moment about how early readers of Shakespeare were receiving his works, and what their reactions were, what they were focusing on. And here we have somebody who was reading Shakespeare and making notes in this incredibly tiny hand, almost completely.
I can't read it.
You can't read it.
I wish I could.
It's amazing. It's almost completely illegible, but you can pick out the odd word, and you can pick out phrases that appear in Shakespeare. There's a little quote here from Twelfth Night, where he says, where is it? The melancholy god, protect thee and make thy doublet of changeable taffeta. And this is a quote from Twelfth Night. It's an extraordinary little object. The binding is amazing. It's made of an old piece of music.
Yeah.
There's this curious seal. I mean, what do you make of this?
Well, it's got Waterhouse, but I don't know anything about Waterhouse or where he comes in or why it should have been sealed anyway.
At the end of the volume, there are these notes in Latin, sort of scientific, scholarly notes. Maybe they were lecture notes. Maybe this person was a student. There is so much research that can be done on this item. It's absolutely extraordinary. My hands are trembling now looking at it. Now the size is marvellous as well. It's such a perfect little jewel, and I think it's
My grandma's
Yeah.
I think that this was his notebook.
I mean, his bedtime reading.
It could it be by candlelight?
Let's have a look.
Probably went for that. The value to scholarship is enormous. When the value to scholarship is this great, the commercial value also has to be great. Interest has never been greater. I think at auction you can see this making easily upwards of £30,000.
Really? For such a small item.
The best things come in small things.
A pair of miniature boots, very similar, although much smaller, to a pair of knives way back in the 1950s. And I remember having to nail in this also, interesting enough, they actually signed.
Okay, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you give it a like and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So say bye.
They were in his personal luggage.
Bye bye.
And that's how I came to get